right, once again, it is knife time. On this lovely Tuesday afternoon, we are going to take a little look at the Kizer Harpoon. This is the standard issue one. They make a mini as well that's quite smaller than this. But this one in particular is a quite handy little knife. I believe this comes in, this particular one is D2. This is one of Move On's favorites. It's got that, what they call Argyle pattern on the G10 scales that are olive green, OD green, whatever green you want to call that. This has a bitchin' full flat grind. This is a slicey little dude. This is one of those very utilitarian knives that you can have on your person and use for just about any little thing. Works great in the kitchen. Works great in the field. You can do whatever you want with it, you know? It'll, oh goodness, it's got good, you know, it does the things. It's sharp. They come like razor sketchy sharp. Yeah. Kizer has all different kinds of versions of this. Different black, satin, maybe others. All different types of scales. You can get it with Ultim scales. They make a really cool mini version in 3V with burlap micarta scales, if that's your jam. This is a perfect example of a good little useful knife that doesn't break the bank. I believe when I bought this a few months back, I got it for, I think it was like 39 bucks at the old Bezos place. And yeah, and I've had people in my life that have seen this knife and said, hey, that's a pretty cool knife, I want one, and they've actually got them. It has a really good positive grip. That works as a good guard there, this choil here, and then it's got this nice little divot on the top that just holds your thumb and just locks it in place, so you could do aggressive cutting with it. Yeah, away from yourself. Very, like I said, this is a very good, useful knife. And we'll just say under 50 bucks, you can get these, you know? You do not have to pay somebody that can't do 10 push-ups to hit a button on a machine in America and pay $250 for something that will more than fill your needs and desires when it comes to a good, useful tool. Has a cool lanyard hole. And you know, this ain't nothing new. This has been out for over a year. But I just figured it was time to hip people out there that aren't, you know, particularly hip on this type of stuff, that yeah, you can get a good little useful tool for such a great price. And you know, Kizer, man, they really, you can't really go wrong with a Kizer. I've never seen a bad Kizer knife. Every Kizer that I own or that I have owned, they're really bitchin' quality product. And that's just my personal opinion. Nobody gives me free knives, you know. Kizer don't. None of those things. It's just, yeah, I give credit where credit is due, especially if it's affordable. Because, you know, with today, you know, today everything's so crazy, you know, we got $5 a gallon gas some places it's more. We got $6 loaves of bread. But here you go. It comes with a really cool little taco style Kydex sheath. And you know, I'm telling you, man, you look out there, and if you're like, say you have a particular knife that you want to get a Kydex sheath for, it's gonna cost you about as much as this knife with this sheath costs. It's wild. So it's pretty interesting. It comes with these little leather scout straps, and I like it. But I'm gonna tell you this, I'm gonna be honest, these scout straps, they're a little tight. If you have a fatter belt or whatever, you're gonna have a little bit of a tough time to get this to snap over it and stay. I notice from time to time one of these will come unsnapped when I'm carrying it because, yeah. So you might wanna, if you do get this, you might wanna condition the hell out of these straps and then strap it over something fatter than your belt to kind of, you know, leather will expand and retract as per the amount of moisture it has. And if you use a good leather conditioner, you'll be able to change that. The way this sheath is drilled up and riveted, you can attach just about any kind of sheath retention system on here, so that's good if you don't particularly like those little scout straps. And I don't carry it scout style. I usually carry it like up front here. This is a good place to keep your knife. It's like, oh, where's my knife? Oh, it's right here. You know, like all the FUDs with their hollows over balls. Yeah, boy, that flat grind. It does have a good taper to the blade, a nice little distal taper. I like a D2. A lot of people cry about D2. I don't know why. I come from a different era where if you were to take this D2 back about 20 years ago and hand it to somebody, they'd spend all day cutting and be like, geez, I haven't had to touch this thing up once. D2 is a really amazing steel. And I like the fact that it requires some maintenance, and you can get a cool working patina on D2 and give it character and make it your own. Robert Redford shuffled off his mortal coil today, passed on to the next realm. He seemed to be a decent fella. I don't know him personally or anything, but boy, I sure like A River Runs Through It, which he directed and narrated. And I sure love Jeremiah Johnson. Boy, I tell you what, if you haven't seen the movie Jeremiah Johnson, you're messing up. You're fucking right up. You need to go out there and get on that, because that's a classic piece of Americana. It surely is. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. I just wanted to pop on here real quick and do a little video about this knife. I was using it earlier and I was like, you know, I think Move On did a video about this, but I haven't. Yeah. It's a good stout little knife. 3.83 inch blade, I believe it is. It's about 7 3/4 overall. I think it's like 7.72 or something, but it's 7 3/4 inches overall. It tucks away nice. You know, you can have this on your person. It won't be cumbersome. It's not too heavy. It's not too light. It's comfortable in all the grips, whichever way you want to hold it. Yeah. You can also get your finger in there. It's a really powerful little cutting tool. And it does not break the bank. No matter what version you pick this in, you're going to be getting a good deal. Junk approved. All right. Well, I got to get back to business. Y'all watch your top knot out there. All right. There it is. The Kizer Harpoon. Have a great day, everybody.